Konnichiwa, what's going on, guys? My name is Jomel Zakoro.
My name's Jarron Gaddis.
And we are the Wannabe Boo Podcast, bringing you the latest and greatest game and anime news, reviews, and waifus for lifeu. Welcome to episode 74.
74. We're gonna come up with new bits for every number now.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. We'll have to. I haven't written down anything yet. 74
Gets the whore, or is a chore, or aura.
Or
Yeah, there you go.
There it is. Is that a JoJo reference? How
welcome
are you,
to episode 74, everybody.
Yes, welcome. How are you, Jarron? How was your week so far? How was this nice, steamy, sticky summer day of June?
Not great, but last episode I talked about how I've been modding the shit out of Skyrim. I think I mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
I might have mentioned it. Well, I'm finally done-ish. Now I'm actually playing it, and it's great. If you've never played a modded Skyrim, and you're fine with your own degeneracy, I advise take a nice little dive in the Nexus mods. Have a good time with that. Been perusing Steam because it's the Steam sale.
Oh yes, the bane
That's
of
exciting.
all of our wallet's existence.
Oh, I've been pretty resistant through. I haven't.
Really?
I mean, there's obviously stuff that I want to buy, but stuff I just haven't.
Anything popping out for you in particular that you want to announce to anyone out there that's looking forward to the sale?
Yes. While it's not technically on sale because it's free.
Ah.
Well, okay. Before we get to this, I do want to talk about it, but I want to know about your week, Jomel. How have you been?
Oh, me? Okay, it's been good. Last like what happened. I told you last week. I'm full time now at work.
Right.
Oh,
you start at 10 now. That's why you're fine with starting later.
Oh no, I'm starting at 9 tomorrow.
Fuck you, same.
So, and that's okay though. It's pretty good. It's pretty cool. The extra days are nice, though they're like quiet and like really like chilled. So
just get paid to stand there.
Pretty much. Like I actually I dozed off one day. I kind of just dozed off, and not realizing it. So, and that's cool. And I got overtime too, because I ended up. Yeah, because I ended up staying longer than usual because, paperwork and people and, and I can just take a nap for all I care.
Wish I could get paid to sleep.
I know, right? But other than that, not much has been going on so far. I've been just doing some other personal projects, like, music videos, normal videos, anime. I've been trying to catch up on the season's anime that I should be doing because that's our job, quote unquote.
How's that going?
We'll get to that. But again, even though I didn't watch as many as I should have, I still do think that this season was still a good season. It's mostly just it's still mostly my shitty part of managing my time. So
right,
but not as much as you've been managing your time, Jarron, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been all right. I've been managing it really well since last night because that's when I started playing this game. So, if you guys have your adult tag on or off, or you don't have the filter on Steam,
off,
if you have the filter turned off on Steam,
yeah,
you've probably seen it because it's like it was like top 8 game. One of the game. Oh, why can't I talk today? It's one of the top 8 games in popularity on Steam right now. It's called Monster Girl Island. And if I just lost half our audience, I'm sorry. Meaning that one person that just cut himself in half.
And if we might have gained more audiences, then you're welcome home.
Well, you furries can stay over there. But anyway.
We're talking about people like you, Jarron.
Right. Well, all right. Actually, it's top 5 now.
Oh shit! Seriously?
Top 6.
God damn.
It's moving up in the world, boy. So
God.
Monster Girl Island. It's literally what it sounds like. It's a dating, quote unquote, date. It's not really a dating sim. It's more of a sex simulator with monster girls. But it actually has a really engaging story. I'm actually thoroughly enjoying it. I mean, outside of having sex with shark people and
with a bag of
slimes and with the bag. Yeah. So funny thing, ultimate immersion if you ever see yourself in the game, you're just some dude with a fucking bag on his head, and it's great. It's the
Wait,
funniest shit.
wait, is he also naked? Like he's walking around
Yes.
naked with a really?
So
Okay.
as I theorize,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much you're almost always ready to get down and get down to clown. So I'm assuming you're just naked the whole time with this fucking bag on your head, and it
Oh
has
dear
like a little
lord.
shitty smile on it, and it's fucking great. You're just a nude motherfucker with a bag on his head on a Monster Girl Island, and
Oh my
it's the
god.
best thing in the world.
If you don't know what you guys are talking about, Jarron will post it on the Facebook page, just because
Yeah,
it's fucking beautiful. You know what,
I
Jarron?
can't post any.
Well,
What?
not an actual titty one, yeah, but just the close up that you sent me.
Yeah,
But
I'll put that
Jesus
in a
Christ.
link to. Can I? I can't link to adult games on Facebook, otherwise we get banned. Right? That's how that works.
We no, not technically. You just can't post any adult material that's visual. So,
I
well,
guess.
do what some people do, where like they don't actually put the whole link, but they kind of like they replace the dot with like a parentheses dot to like represent the dot
I
kind of
got you.
thing.
I'll do that
It's
then.
like a cheat sheet kind of thing.
I get you. I'll do that then.
Yeah,
But look out for
yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, I fucking downloaded it after Duran told me about it. It's free too on Steam, so
It's actually really fun.
you can't beat it. Oh my god. You know, I would want to see this turn into a hentai. I'll be honest. Like
Look, if
like naked man with bag on his head, galore. I want have that man go on a mission.
it'll be too powerful.
Oh dear lord.
But I swear, I couldn't. I laughed for a good solid 30 minutes because my buddy was. I was talking to another buddy of mine while I was playing it, and I was sending him pictures of all like my escapades.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happened, we were just fucking dying together. Oh my god, it was the best fucking thing.
It's also not censored. I realize that.
Huh? No,
I realize it's also not
nothing
censored.
censored.
Like not in the Japanese sort of way. But then again, I don't
Right.
know what the fuck they're hiding. Whenever they actually do that.
You know. People know what they bought when they got it. There's no point in censoring it. Not like you can accidentally find it on. What's
But
this?
Dron, think of the children.
Think of the children. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, if you guys are excited about the summer Steam sale as Dron and have begun your own escapades of your own way, please tell us more about it and what you're also excited for this Steam sale as well. And where can they do that, Dron?
You can chat us up on Facebook and or Twitter. Just search WANNABEABOO on the places I mentioned. Or if you want to listen to us, you can go to YouTube, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Listen Notes, Google Play. Did I say Listen Notes?
Yes, you did.
The Stitcher app and any of their places picked up our RSS feed. Also, again, iTunes is doing their weird thing where they're splitting, and I guess we're going to be on iPodcast or whatever it's called.
I think it's like Apple Podcasts. That's what it is.
Yeah, Apple, dumb, stupid.
So whatever. I mean, whenever Apple does their whole thing, you'll still find us there. So, we'll be migrating over there in terms of iTunes to in terms of your Apple provider and your Apple platforming, we'll probably be over there from then, from whenever they do it onwards. So the degeneracy lives on as usual.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, like I mentioned before, this is essentially like the last week of the anime spring 2019, and by next week and by this coming week as well as like the week over will be the first episode of the summer season. We're not gonna be talking about that today. We will be talking about that next week. Just kicking off the summer season. But before we do that, we do have to talk about the ones that we have watched and or watching, and maybe the ones as well as the ones we have dropped this past spring season.
Yeah.
And give you our thoughts on that. And again,
Yeah.
like I said like a few minutes ago, I still stand by my word saying that spring 2019 it was still a pretty good season. I mean, we had a pretty good couple of sleeper bangers, as well as some maybe a possible what did you call it, a modern classic in the making.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I guess you'd say. So let's kick things off. Not Jarron. You have not finished anything, have you? In terms
I
of
no,
like this
yes. I
last
in
episode, like
terms of I finished Shield Hero.
okay, we definitely can
That's
talk
one
about
that I
that
am done with. Yes.
since that's like 2 seasons in the making.
Right. So you haven't been catching up with it. Shield Hero has ended. It ended last Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, fantastic finale between Nafumi and the. Are we spoiling it?
Yes.
All right.
They've literally had 2 seasons to catch up on Shield Hero.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Fair enough. Suck my dick. Um, spoiler warning for Shield Hero.
yes.
Nafumi versus the denizens of other worlds.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to fucking protect their world from destruction. So they said, all right, fuck this world in particular, so our world can be protected. And like, you know what? Fair enough, but like, honestly, I really like Larkin, whatever the girl's name was.
Teresa.
Reese, yeah. And I do have a question, Jomel.
Yes.
And that's not necessarily anything about the quality of the anime itself.
Right.
Her hair is supposed to be blue, right?
By
Reese?
default, yes.
Yes. So in fucking the last episode, there were at no point in time was her hair blue.
Yeah. Did you not know? Well, that was also kind of covered in the last couple episodes too. Her hair turns to a crimson red whenever she uses her crystals.
No,
pretty much
it
attack.
doesn't.
Yeah, pretty much attack mode. That's her attack mode. It turns red.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It,
Did I not notice that?
Yes, you
Are
probably.
serious?
Even when Naofumi gave her the fucking jewel bracelet, her hair turned red when she uses magic. I was like, oh, okay, so she's one of them like hair color changing mage people. And not only that, but it seems like she's obviously a mage that uses crystals as a catalyst, since one is embedded in her forehead as well. So yes, her hair does change color whenever she uses magic, and does turn into a red color whenever she does, like, and ready to use magic and whatnot. Because by default, her hair is blue. Yeah, even in the opening, her hair is actually red, if I remember correctly.
What? What? How have I just not noticed that? I get well.
Small detail, I guess. Well, I don't know. Maybe
I mean,
he
it's
didn't
the
notice
biggest
it.
part of a character in anime. Like that's the second thing you notice about. Usually, the first or second thing you notice about an anime character, especially anime girls, their hair color or their tits. Think about it. Think about it.
Well, it's usually
really
hair.
Think about that.
For me, it's hair, eyes, then tits.
All right, fair enough. Eyes are a big factor because if you got them pretty like pearlescent, shiny, fucking universal eyes, or you have a clock in your eye or whatever's going on, that's probably going to be noticed. Fair enough.
Like weird hair color, weird eyes, and
three.
big boobs. That's pretty much it.
There you go. Yep. Or lack thereof.
Yes. So you can either go either way on that scale.
Right.
But yeah, essentially her hair does change color. That's that. And then Lark is still pretty cool.
That boy. Lark
So,
is that boy.
He is. Even though cuz again, I guess I took it by face value, cuz like even Marcel told me that he was the boy. I didn't expect him to be the fucking wave boss as well. So I was like, oh shit. Is he still the boy? I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, because he's so cool about it. He's like, yeah, we got to protect our world, but I respect you. Like that's great.
Exactly. And he's this, and by what Glass is talking about, how she's the fan hero. That means like Lark is like the scythe hero, and then Teresa is like the mage hero.
Crystal hero.
Crystal mage, maybe. Since
Crystal hero. I'm gonna say crystal hero.
Crystal hero.
Yeah.
Probably like a mage class though, just because she constantly uses those incantations.
Right.
So, that probably explains why what's her face? Raftalia did mention that she's never heard that kind of incantation before because she's not from that world. I'm sure there's a different kind of process when it comes to magical incantations. Okay, I'm just now kind of
right. And also, Raftalia is fucking 12, so she hasn't heard a lot of incantations.
She may be 12, but her body says 25.
You fucking right.
Oh dear. But no, yeah. Overall, Shield Hero was really good. See, as someone like myself that's never consumed any other of the forms of media from Shield Hero, like the manga, the light novel, all that stuff, the anime
Mm-hmm.
still did a pretty good job.
Mm-hmm.
Now, apparently, now I was actually talking to Marcel about it some time ago because Marcel was like, I
Mm-hmm.
guess he was curious about what other people are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there are a lot of, I guess, complaints, but mostly from purists saying that
Of course.
details are not well fleshed out. They
Well,
de-edged a lot of the
yeah.
characters. It's not enough hate. There's not enough hate, Jarron. Not enough hate
Right.
in the fucking world.
Well, remember I
Um,
told you before a couple episodes ago about how the queen was actually more ruthless than she was depicted in the anime,
yeah.
and I'm like, it's.
Now
I mean, I
whether it's a
get
good thing,
wanting that part, but
but yeah, I mean, I feel like I mentioned this too last time. Like, I kind of it actually gave me more development from the queen herself than just being a powerful individual that can do whatever she wants. Like,
mm-hmm.
I mean, I kind of did expect her to be more like more ruthless, but from that trial episode alone, that gave me a little bit more sense of her character. Like, she's actually a lot more merciful than she puts on to be. So it
Mm-hmm.
gives her a little bit more humanity as well. Especially the different kind of contrast between what's his name, trash and bitch.
Speaking of, I'm honestly surprised they're still in the story. Like I
Oh
honestly
really?
expected like trash to be like fuck. I guess no pun intended, but I guess it's a pun. Thrown out of the castle.
Right.
Like I legit thought he was gonna be exiled. But I guess I mean she spared their lives, so she wanted to
Yeah.
spare their lives, so I guess she still loves him somehow for some
Yeah.
reason.
I mean,
And how the fuck what?
Now for me did just suggest just public humiliation by just changing their names. So
Right. Well, like, why is Motoyatsu still hanging around with bitch? Come on now. Like, you're
well,
stupid, but you're not that stupid.
well,
Unless she's giving it to you good.
uh, maybe okay, maybe this is sort of like a one-off thing. Maybe he's trying to like make her into a better person because obviously he's not. He already knows that she's a that that slut's an actual asshole. So maybe because
Look,
maybe Motoyasu has a he's seen the bad in her, so like maybe I can help her, you know,
we
because
didn't get any of that.
think about it like this. Remember in that last scene,
Mm-hmm.
Motoyatsu, slut or bitch, go slut in that case because that's her adventure name.
Mm-hmm.
Slut was talking about like she was trying to trash talk like, oh, you hear that now the Shield Hero has his own town now. How like despicable. And he was like, oh, we should probably visit there sometime. You should learn to be more cool about that kind of stuff. Like everything, Motoyasu was the only person that actually said something good about Naofumi in the last like 5 minutes of the anime compared to the rest of the heroes.
I mean, I
So maybe he's trying to
guess.
like like, well, Slut's gonna be a lost cause unless I help her out, because you know how he is. He's like that kind of
An
like
idiot.
well, bright-eyed idiot. Yes, you
Right.
know, despite everything. So
I don't know. It feels weird to still include them in anything.
well, I mean, I hear they're reoccurring throughout the story. Not as much as you'd think, but like they're still gonna be around, especially Slut, because
Mm.
being part of the party and whatnot, and facing the other wave and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
What do
that's
you think
def.
of their new party member?
Oh, potential. Lots of potential.
Mm-hmm.
So the harm is growing, which is nice, and
Right.
and I can only expect more. They didn't announce a season 2 yet. I can only hope they will, just because they're setting up for a fucking season 2. That's
Right. Of
from what it
course.
seems like. And I
Though from
no,
go
go
on.
ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say though I did hear that it's pretty caught up with the manga, so we might not have anything for a while.
Oh yeah, that's what I did here so too. So yeah, it's caught up in a sense for like it's maybe a few chapters behind. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking maybe like, and it's also a monthly release too, manga wise. So we maybe see like
Oh
maybe a
god.
summer release. So like either summer or maybe a fall release for next year. I would like to hope.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah, it's the same thing that happened with ReZero. ReZero, the anime caught up with the light novel, and the dude just came out with one volume up until
Uh-huh.
up until now. Well, up since the anime ended. So we gotta wait for that to build up for any kind of season 2 to be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I mean, I talked about this with Marcello some time ago. I didn't necessarily find anything wrong with the anime. I mean, granted, if I were to read the manga, I'd probably see some differences and whatnot. But I still respect what the anime has done, just because like there's still a lot of details and a lot of things that happened in the anime that was still delivered in a good way. Because obviously you can only do so much in like 20 minutes and like 12 episodes. 20 some episodes per given for this season. Like, especially compared to the light novel. The light novel itself has so many details that you can never really portray onto a fucking anime unless it was like a Game of Thrones style, 45-minute episodes for 24 episodes for the whole thing. And obviously we can't necessarily do that. A lot of time, a lot of resources, and as much as I would love for that to happen, you can only do so much.
At least until they Netflix.
Yeah, that's true. Netflix. If Netflix itself wants to get part of it, maybe we can get a Netflix of Shield Hero. But if we do that, we may have to wait as Westerners, because I did find something out, Jarron, about Netflix. So, the whole thing with Netflix, especially with anime, and the connection with that to Western audiences, they do actually live simulcast anime on Netflix in Japan, but it doesn't show up in the Western servers like America and all that until the entire series is done. Like, for example, you and I are not gonna be able to see Carol and Tuesday on our Netflix here in the U.S. until that's done in Japan completely, so that they release everything here or everywhere else, pretty much.
Oh,
so you can only watch it live if you're in Japan or you have like a Japanese Netflix account.
Right.
In that regard.
Right.
But once that's done,
I've
Japan,
never seen Carol and Tuesday in that case.
No, you'll eventually see it, but not live. It'll all be
right. I haven't seen it though.
Oh, okay.
Right. Everything I said before, that was just from like something. People talking about it on the internet. I just got a good summary of stuff, yeah.
Yeah. So, because I found that out that's how was Violet Evergarden was, because I noticed it too. I noticed that Violet Evergarden did not show up on Netflix, because even though I knew about the show going live eventually, but I never found any of it on Netflix until all of a sudden I was just browsing Netflix one day. It was all there, and I found out that it was actually broadcasting live, Netflixing over in Japan. But once all the episodes were done, they pretty much had it available for everyone else in like outside Japan. So, so for example, if you're not seeing Carol and Tuesday on Netflix right now, and you're on a Western or American account, it's obvious. The reason why is because you have to wait till all 20-some episodes of that has to be done in Japan for it to be released here, everywhere else in the West, and all that. So that's how that works in terms of its releases and anime together. Anime being partnered up with Netflix. So
if they Netflix here, then we just have to wait, or unless they decide to do what they're doing there.
Pretty much. I mean, I don't mind waiting. But it's like,
I kind of mind waiting.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, depending on the series, you have to wait 12 to 24, 25 weeks for it to be ever put on Netflix. But you could actually, in the same regard, you can at least binge all of it in one go, because it's all there. So it's kind of like,
but it's not the same.
Watching it live and like talking about it live, it really isn't. But that's why we have like other streaming sites like Crunchyroll and all that also do simulcasts and all that, or if you have the Funimation account and all that good stuff. But this is not a broadcasting episode. We already did that a couple weeks ago. But I just want to like let you guys know how that works. But going back to Shield Hero though, it was good. Definitely something you guys should watch. I mean, it ended off nicely. Just kind of like a step into the future of Naofumi and the title of Shield Hero, which is nice since apparently the Shield Hero has always been getting the shit kicked out of him for every generation of him. So
now everybody wants to suck his dick.
exactly.
But he's still edgy.
I don't blame him. I mean, again, with that first episode, it was more than enough for him to justify his fucking anger. Oh, and fun fact too, apparently, you know those alcohol berries things.
Mm-hmm.
You know how it doesn't affect him.
Right.
Apparently, sometime like later down the line, I guess it's from a light novel reader. Someone commented that eventually they actually use that as a form of identity for Naofumi. Since he's the only person that can actually go eat one raw without passing out. So that's how they can confirm he's a real Shield Hero if he can eat one of those berries by itself without having taking any effect on him.
But now here's the thing. It's this weird thing. So like at the very beginning of the anime,
mm-hmm.
he said he doesn't drink.
Yeah.
But like so, I feel like there was some detail missed or some explanation missed that should have been mentioned, saying like the reason why he doesn't drink is because it barely ever it doesn't affect him or anything like that.
Well, maybe this is an indirect way of talking about it instead of like give it an actual caption, quote unquote.
I guess, but like yeah, I mean yeah, that's a good point.
Because we never even really got the hint that he's this bad with alcohol. Maybe he doesn't find anything enjoyment out of it. Like if he can't get drunk, there's no point in drinking shitty water. If you can't enjoy the drunk effectiveness of it, I guess.
That is an excellent point.
It's kind of like if you had the choice, like if you never got drunk, Jarron, would you still be able to drink like hard liquor, just for the fucking like yeast potato taste?
Fuck no, fuck that.
So there's no point in like drinking alcohol if you can't even get drunk off of it. So maybe that could be the case in this point. So. He just doesn't drink just because, it tastes shitty and he doesn't get anything out of it.
Right.
So, but apparently those berries are pretty good from what it sounds like. So it's probably like a sweet berry thing, but it's like a concentrated version of it, of like the wine. So.
Oh yeah, it's the whole fucking berry. Apparently, I guess you can make like a keg out of one berry or so.
Oh really? Damn.
I don't know.
Oh,
if they're that strong, then I guess.
And Drunk Reptalia is funny as hell as well.
Yeah.
Even though she's like 12, but still.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Remember that.
Moving on a little bit.
What else have we watched?
The other anime that I did finish was Hitori Bochi. My one of my absolute favorites of this season, just because of how wholesome it is. Like I cannot tell you how many times I smiled when Bochi is doing her best, or some she does through her own like effort. Maybe it's because
I'm pretty glad.
Maybe it's because I can actually relate to her. Because a character has immense social anxiety and whatnot.
You think she'd be friends with the girl from Watamote? Tomoko?
I think so. I honestly think so. It'll be rough to watch, but I feel like...
Oh, God. The cringe.
Bochi will definitely be the first one to approach her. But Tomoko is definitely going to have one hell of a reaction to it. I can already tell.
She's going to bully... Like, once she gets used to her, she's going to bully her so fucking much. It's going to be awful.
Oh, my God.
Tomoko's a mean bitch.
But Bochi's the thing is about Bochi, she's gonna take it as just like a normal friendship. Oh, she's just having fun.
Exactly.
Blah, blah, blah. It's
That's
too
the
innocent.
problem. Like think about the things she's gonna subject her to. Tomoko's also fucking purge. She's gonna show her fucking weird shit on the internet. She's that friend.
Yeah, she's that friend. But Bochi's like, oh, that's pretty cute. What's that? Like she's just innocent with the world and curious about everything, which is a bad combination.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of like
I am
like Bochi's the kind of girl that would like see BDSM like leather straps and be like, "Oh, what kind of dog do you have?"
You're right. You fucking right.
That's a kind of like mindset I guess someone like Bochi would be like.
But I don't know. That'd be spooky.
But
But no.
regarding back to the anime though.
Uh-huh.
um.
It is really good. I'm glad you made me start watching it cuz like
Oh really?
it's a good dose of diabetes.
I know the artist for the series is amazing, and no, not the artist, the author as well. 'Cause I think the author does the art as well. Um, but yes, because again, I came off of it. I came off the series from reading the manga.
Mhm.
While having watched the anime just makes it even. It's a different experience than reading the manga, just because like you can actually see everything go through. You can experience it in a different kind of dimension than the manga can.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know what else. I don't know what else but to say, but it's wholesome as fuck.
Cute AF. Good time to binge it. Just
Yeah.
if you're feeling hella depressed, fucking go watch that anime because it's equivalent to eating a whole bowl of sugar.
Mm-hmm. Like again, like what I just said. It's I guess I can also relate to her just because of like someone like myself who has to deal with who also deals with social anxiety as well. Not good with people, especially new people. Oh, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Especially new people. It's it warms my heart seeing that someone like her can actually keep push through her fucking trials ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And well, you know what? Maybe I can do that. I can do that too. I can push through my own efforts and be just fine.
No, you have to be a cute anime girl to do that.
No, you're right. You're right. I'll be honest with you. I almost fucking like teared up at the end. Like nothing major happened. It was more so like just a. I don't want to spoil it for you, John, since you didn't finish it yet. But it was one of those moments of like. She's happy of what she's accomplished, and I was so like it was almost like proud tears. I was like, I am so proud of how far Bochi has come in 12 episodes. Like, now it's not to say that she's not that she's not my favorite character. She's a good character. That my favorite is actually gonna have to be Nako, the blonde one.
Oh yeah, she was easily my favorite. I love her fucking sarcastic ass.
Mm-hmm. She's just great. I think because I think she's like the more she is a self-aware friend out of all of them in this case. So, but I have to admit I do like what's her name again? The unfortunate girl.
I don't remember her name.
Yeah, because her fucking rebuttal bits are always iconic. Like whenever Naku like calls her unfortunate, she does the whole fucking like 360 headbutt thing to her every fucking time. Like that's a staple in the manga, and I'm glad that they translated it just as well or even better in the anime. I fucking loved it. Like I was waiting when they first introduced her character. I was waiting for that to happen, and when it fucking happened, I was like cheering in my seat, like yes, this is content. This is what I want in my life. Fucking great. And also a little bit of a detail that that was also that I noticed is that the middle card of every episode where they show like the relevant character of that series of the episode. That those mid cards that's the actual they show the actual like manga the manga drawn versions of their character where they came from. I just found it to be a really cool like addition to it. So, because like the author's art style is really identifiable. Just in terms of its style and design.
Right.
Like if you're not hopefully you're familiar. Another one of their works is sometime. It was also brought into an anime some seasons ago. It's called Mitsubushi Colors. Same author, same artist. That one was also really wholesome too. That was like a story about like these three girls just doing cute things in their own spare time.
Yep.
Whereas like Hitori Bochi,
they had a rocket launcher at one point.
Yes, that got fucking memed, and I fucking loved it. It's like, you bourgeois scum, you'll fall down to the might of communism, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Good
but
old,
good old
good
communism.
old potato famine communism.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. And that confused me for a second there. But Hitori Bochi, cute as fuck. Would definitely recommend it. This is definitely one of the more fluffy series. Also like wholesome as well, like I just said constantly. It's about a girl that wants to make friends because of some weird ass promise that she made with her elementary school best friend, which I still
Mhm.
think is kind of cruel in retrospect.
Well, it's a good motivator.
Um,
It was good for her.
yeah, it was. Um, and
Sometimes you gotta give him that tough love, boy.
I guess, but she has to be friends with like 29 people, I guess, in like the next 2 years in this case. So since their classes doesn't change,
It'll work.
yeah,
She'll be
I'm
fine.
curious to see how she does well with the boys because it's co-ed school too. So though they haven't really done a lot with the boy classmates in the manga, at least the last time I read it. So
Mm.
we'll have to see.
It it seems like they barely have a character,
No, yeah, they're there, but they don't have
right?
much at the moment. I guess I
Unlike that
mean,
one anime.
which one?
I don't remember what it was, but there were no males in the entire anime.
Oh, it was that volleyball one, wasn't it? I can't
Was it the
remember.
volleyball one?
That the volleyball one was one of those anime that didn't have any men whatsoever. They mentioned like the grandfather and whatnot, but you would never see any kind of man in the fucking series at all. Whether it was
Hmm.
during the competitions, walking around. It was even I think it was even an all girls school that they went to,
Mm-hmm.
and absolutely
Oh,
no men in Okinawa.
it was that one. It was the one I kept giving you shit about, the pedophile one,
Which one?
the recent one.
The recent one?
Yeah, with the
Oh,
girl. She likes to take pictures of her little
oh,
sister. Yeah, that one.
oh!
That
You
one
mean
didn't have any males either.
no, Wata 10? No, Wata 10. That's what it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Miyane. Oh god, I miss that series so much too. Jesus Christ. I can hear I can actually hear Hinata right now screaming for her
Mm-hmm.
sister. The nostalgia. But overall, Hitori Bochi was really good. What do you think of it, Jarron? Do you have any final
Well,
thoughts of Hitori Bochi from
I
what
haven't
you've
finished it
seen?
yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Still a lot of
Hopefully, I get
wholesome.
to it.
It's still a lot of wholesomeness that you watch though.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Like I said, a whole bowl of sugar.
Other than that, I also it's not done because it's it's gonna be a two core series, but Demon Slayer. Um, Let me just say, now it's my fault for not watching this sooner. I mean, I did watch it. I gave it its first 3 episodes, but I didn't keep going after that because I was a fucking idiot. It's so fucking good. Ufotable always does their fucking best when it comes to their fate stuff, but for the first time in a while, that's not fate related. They did a one hell of a good job in terms of storytelling and how they deliver the story from the Demon Slayer manga.
It's yes, I agree. But more on that. Uh, the way they've essentially kind of transformed how not I guess not really transformed how shonen works, but refined it. I mean, people always say, "Oh, this refines the shonen genre," but like this, it legit feels like they refined it. Like
How
we
so?
have a character that's not like isn't just fucking stupid. It's just like it's really it legit feels like the comeuppance. It's like condensing Deku into one episode and then making it like from My Hero Academia, condensing him into 3 episodes, his whole character into 3 episodes, and then making it like a mixture between like Gun from what's this Gone from Hunter x Hunter and like Naruto. It's
Okay.
great because Gon's more of a. I mean, he's still a kid, but he's a bit more serious than most other protagonists. Even though he's
Right.
a little goofy himself, but Naruto was fucking out there with the goofness.
Right.
But like our boy, he's pretty serious when when it comes down to some things, but otherwise I mean he's not exactly the goofiest, but like
Like he
he's
knows,
got his charm.
yeah, like he knows. I guess he knows when to be serious and knows when to relax. I guess you'd say.
Right.
Like, I think I get what you're trying to say. I never actually heard that, Jarron. I never actually heard about people saying that Demon Slayer is a way was refining shonen.
I mean, think about it. Like if you think about most shonen characters,
Okay,
you kind of feel that they're a bit one-dimensional. You know what I mean?
like just straight
I
up
mean,
passion.
definitely straight up passion. That's it. This guy legit. It kind of started with
I mean, it started with him just being a normal dude. You
Well,
know,
yeah, he was just a normal guy. He still, for the most part, is a normal guy. He's just, my sister is a demon, and I want to fucking change her back so we can live a normal life again.
and sure, now we gotta
Like,
hunt. Now we gotta hunt down Michael Jackson together so we can figure out this mystery.
right, right. I forgot about Michael Jackson. But like, it's like, so there's no grand anything. It's not, I want to be, the best demon slayer. I want to, become the leader of the demon slayers to, fend for it, whatever. It's literally just, my family was killed. I want to preserve what little I have left. And and along the way, I'm going to help others do the same.
You know,
It's just, he's
that's really
just
good.
like, it's not grandiose. You can imagine anybody doing it, you know?
I guess you'd say that he's got a grounded goal. I guess you'd say,
Right. It's extremely grounded.
which is a good
And
way. It's
again,
a good way of
oh,
putting
go
it
on.
too. No, no, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just responding. Actually a really interesting way of putting how Tanjiro is as a character, as also a shonen character as well.
Hmm. So I honestly think out of most shonen characters that I've seen in a very long time, I'd say he's probably I think he creates a category on his own as the grounded shonen main character.
hmm Like
I
he
mean, I
doesn't
guess
have,
there's you. Well, go on.
I mean, like he doesn't have any he doesn't have any big goals. There's nothing world ending that he has to be responsible for. But he's got his own personal goal that he wants to achieve. But at the same time, he has a job to do.
Right. And there's nothing special about him.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have any like, oh, I mean, maybe, I okay, we're watching the anime. I know the manga's further ahead, so maybe he has something special going on with him. I guess you can argue that his sister turning into a demon but still maintaining her humanity is special, quote unquote. But like him himself, he doesn't have anything particularly unique other than the fact that he lived on a mountain. So he's a little tough. He's tougher than most.
Yeah, I mean he's got the Deku charm, like the Deku charm of like what is it? Hard work breeds like hard. Was it good work breeds good reward? Good reward, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or like it's like it really shows like his heart, like him working hard on that mountain for like a year and a half really shows it
Yeah.
like in the rest of like the series. And even further that like he's always constantly learning. He's not like what is it, he's not max level. He's at level right now to where he needs to be, but he's also constantly being challenged like every new enemy that he turns up with.
Mm-hmm. Though I guess I lied when I said he doesn't have anything special. I guess he can smell well.
Oh yeah, well that's the thing. That's his I guess that's his characteristic. That's his character
That's his
trait. Just like
that's his Deus Ex Machina.
yeah, exactly. Well, he's pretty much like a reincarnation of like of the old man, his trainer. Because isn't he also like he was also like it was like a very short moment, but wasn't he also someone that was keen with smell and shit? That's what his trait was. Or that's what he
I
saw.
don't I don't remember.
Something
Maybe it
similar.
was, but I thought it
Because
was. I thought it was just he just worked really hard as well.
the old man,
Yeah,
probably.
I thought that was his only thing.
I mean that's probably why he also saw a little bit of himself, a little bit of potential in Tanjiro, because like
Right.
he's got that kind of like not ultimatum mentality, but more like he has a he's got something that he wants to achieve and doesn't want to stop until he can get answers.
Hmm.
Um,
Now, there's one thing I don't think we did get a chance to talk about with Demon Slayer.
Which is.
And it's one of my favorite episodes in the show, like I guess series of episodes. Like the
Mm-hmm.
most recent ones are great, don't get me wrong, but like fucking when he was training with the rock thing and the spirits of
Oh yeah,
the
the dead
spirits of
students.
the dead students, that was honestly like that's what, like I was hooked in the show from the beginning, but that's what
Mm-hmm.
solidified that this was the fucking best anime of the season.
Really.
Like just right there, it was so like just saying it was cinematic, you know, it was heartfelt, it was, you know, that kind of shit. Like I don't have the words to fully like describe my feelings about it, but it's just it felt so raw, you know,
Like he was most.
this kid's up here so hallucinating about a rock. Like,
I mean, I guess he can argue that that was probably his most vulnerable since he was at a loss at that point of his training.
mm-hmm,
So he had no choice but to like, you know, kind of like receive any kind of input he can get that could help him
mm-hmm,
achieve, you know, cutting the rock in half. And it just so happens that you know the dead students were there to like help him out a little bit,
mm-hmm,
unintentionally training him to actually not fight the dude, but to just cut the
mm-hmm.
rock in half. So
But
no, I
that
get it though. I
does,
get it.
and
That specific scene or that
mm-hmm.
moment in his training, yeah.
And then when he fucking finally, like when he actually cut the rock, but it was symbolized by him cutting the mask off of the dude,
Mm-hmm.
like just that build up, I felt it. Like it reminded me back of when I watched Gurren Lagann. Like I felt it.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. Yeah, I did feel it too. Because when he did it, I was relieved. Like it was a moment where like, oh, he actually did it. He was fast enough to, you know, best his opponent. But not only that,
Mm-hmm.
when he realized what the amount of strength that he had, I had the same reaction he did when you know when the mist cleared and you see the rock just being cut in fucking half. I'm like,
Right.
dude.
Like and literally just like what it was, so he was at he was at trying to break the rock for what was it, 6 months, or
Yeah,
was
six
that the
months.
time that it took a year?
No, no, it took. No, it was a year of training, and then it took him 6 months to even get to the point where he started hallucinating because old man left him to his own devices after the year, and then
Right.
and then he spent another 6 months trying to retrain himself to try to figure out like find his strength to do it, and then that's when he ran into ghost dudes, and it
Mm-hmm.
took another 6 months of their training for him to like get to where he was. So it was 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
It was 2 years of training in general.
And that's, here's the thing, like most, so I know some anime, you know, you watch the training sequence and stuff, but they're done by like a couple weeks. You
Right.
know what I mean?
It doesn't take a lot for the main character to like achieve because you know main character status, right?
Right. And while, you know, it all kind of happened in an episode or two episodes, like you almost felt like his frustration and his
And the
like
time
just
spent too.
general, the time spent, right? It was I'm getting fired up just talking about it. Like I literally want to go back and watch those two episodes because they're so good.
Like this is a time skip. Like this is a good amount of like training, like a combination of training and time skip at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that this dude went from you know like this character to this character in a matter of like 2 years. Like this is still part of the same character arc, but he's not done you know arcing and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's,
I don't know what else to say, but like it's he's not it's not motivating to watch. It's more so like how do you picture because you know like for example with My Hero, there's a lot of motivation that is weighed in with like you know Deku's like speeches and Deku's like actions and whatnot. You know, there's a lot of built up motivation, but with something there's something different with Tanjiro. It's almost like it's how do you explain it?
well, it's relatable. So, for example, so you know, most again main characters, Deku also has this problem where he's like, you know, for the good of my friend, you know, does the friendship speech.
Right.
Deku was a little bit different. He did talk about his hard work and stuff, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
people were relying on him and stuff. But like
Yeah.
Tanjiro was literally like, what was one of his speeches when he was fighting the arrow demon?
Oh,
Like his inner
the
monologue.
right.
It wasn't like, oh, my friends are relying on me. And it's like, oh, this fucking hurts. Like, I am in pain. I am scared. I am terrified, but I gotta do it, or otherwise I'll die.
It's the most real. I think it's the most realistic approach. That's probably what it is.
Exactly.
It's
Oh, I
not
love
you're
it
not
so much.
you're not thinking about your fucking friends over there like fuck I could actually die right now. That's probably a more realistic response mentally if you're dealing with a demon that has a power of of was it up one up
Right.
of the up
So
arrow.
how would this work? If all right, this is kind of a side. If you ever, Jomo, you watched Tomorrow No Index.
Yeah,
Demon, obviously, Accelerator is a little bit stronger, but
right.
those aren't like how would that work if they fought each other?
Wait, hold on. What are you
Like,
hold on? What are you talk? What scenario are you setting up here? I'm not really.
Accelerator versus the Arrow Demon.
Oh, you're telling me how that fight would go?
Like, how would that go?
Uh,
Like, wouldn't the Arrow Demon win? Technically,
maybe turn.
because he can't see those vectors.
But he doesn't. But that's the thing. He doesn't need to see it. The one thing about Accelerator is and literally in a flick of a switch, mentally, he can just not pay attention to his surroundings, and he can still be unharmed by that of anything that comes to him.
But what is it? What is coming to him? Like, what are the arrows? Like, what is that? It's not an energy.
I mean, it's still a materialized object with some level of force to be able to puncture a human body. So,
But it doesn't puncture you. It just it if anything, all it does is when it touches you, you go in that direction.
it's still a level of force though. Like it's
No,
still
the arrow
still
itself
physics,
isn't force.
but what happens to you is still physics though. Like
But then, like,
you yourself.
what? Right.
It's kind of
But like, can he only direct it when after it touches him? Because I don't think he'd be able to influence where it goes.
who Accelerator?
Because he can't. Yeah,
Oh
he
no,
can't.
he definitely would be able to. Like he'd be able to redirect it probably. Just the way his powers work in terms of his default like lackness of it.
Okay.
Like I mean, see, and that's not even counting his fucking angel mode as well.
Fair enough.
Accelerator is one hell of a god in this case, just because he's pretty much like one of those. He's the only other character that could have gone level 6.
All right, fair enough.
But
I just wanted to do that little aside because I wasn't sure, like, because it wasn't exactly a physical
like an object hitting another object.
object ability or anything. It's just kind of we had the arrows because it was for the reader to see what was happening. Otherwise, it was literally just
like the Force.
yeah. It was just yeah. It was effectively the Force.
I mean,
it's just we saw it as arrows.
Well, that's the thing, though. It's still some level of movement that. Again, he probably can't really get entangled with the Force or the arrows and shit, but he can definitely control what happens to him as the target. Like even if it's like it's forced upon him that he should go one way, he himself can redirect it just because of his own innate ability as Accelerator.
Right.
So I think he
But
probably
would it crush him?
Accelerator?
So like if the Force is pushing him that way and then he forces himself back the other way, would it? No, because I'm thinking of it in the wrong way. I'm thinking of it as like two opposing forces. It's literally just him changing its direction.
Yeah, it's like if anything, Accelerator's vector control is mostly just a reflection. Like it's like he's like a walking mirror. Anything that comes in contact with him, it'll just redirect it exactly back where it came from.
Right.
So it's not like he he doesn't even have to be aware of it. Like if something is coming at him, he won't even notice because he can put himself in a default mode where he can just constantly have his ability on, and he won't notice if like a fucking truck hit him it'll just repel back. All that force will be repelled back into the truck that tries to hit him.
Right, but like I get that, but again, we're talking about a metaphysical, almost spiritual attack. Can he
Still,
deflect spirit attacks?
it's still
Like
it's still physical
but
force though. That's a thing.
yeah, but it's not a scientific one.
Neither is his abilities
It's not
are.
a real one.
Uh, it's it's
It's
still
like
it's matter though. That's the thing. It's matter.
it's not though. It's not.
Yeah, it's a movement. It's
That's
moving.
it's no, it's not.
Spiritual. It still affects the matter of
It's
the
not
environment. It
It
does.
affects stuff, but it doesn't mean it has matter. Does a
It
soul have matter? When you fucking go to when you know when you know fucking Ichigo from
bleach.
from Bleach, when they go into the spirit world, does that consider matter? I don't think that's matter. That's spirit energy.
It's
a different.
antimatter. That's what it is. That is.
Right, right. I forgot. But yeah, that was aside. That was just an interesting thought process. Yeah, I do kind of, well, I don't know if the demon could lose per se because he can't die except by the sun. Well, yeah, never mind.
Well, sun and like that and the blade. That's about it.
Yeah.
So it's not more so a fight of who would win. It's more so like if one would survive than the other. So I mean, in this case, both would survive until the sun came back up. That'd be the only thing.
Right. That's fair.
So.
But no. Demon Slayer, excellent anime. If you're not watching it, you're a piece of shit.
You have time. You have time though. Again, it's up to episode 13 right now, so it's halfway done. It's gonna be a 2-course series. Definitely gonna be shield heroing this, meaning that I'm gonna just keep going up until the very end. As far as like, story progression goes, it's really good. Like again, like what I just said, Ufotable does a really good job in general with their animation and as well as just their execution of the series, but as well as them directing it and telling the story from the manga itself. It's
cinematography is just
it's
so
fucking
damn good.
Especially Lightning Dude. Oh my god.
Yo. So all right,
I feel like that was probably a Noble Phantasm. That's what it fucking looked like. That's what.
Right.
That's honestly what it looked like. He was just holding. His Noble Phantasm is his fucking sword or sword ability.
It's like, all right, so if I guess if you haven't watched it, there's our boys is essentially meeting his squad now, like all the other younger demon slayers that passed the trial with him. He's starting to meet them out on his adventures. I'm assuming they're gonna form a squad because they're palling around in the opening.
Yeah.
But like what's his name? The yellow guy.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I can only remember Tanjiro's.
Anyway, right. But the yellow guy. So like his whole thing is like he's a super major hella piece of shit bitch coward. I guess not a piece of shit. He's just a little bitch.
He's the Armin, I guess, of the group.
Well,
Maybe.
I mean, even Armin gets up there. This kid
That's
just
true.
doesn't. Like, he's worse than Usopp. Usopp, at least, he'll be scared. He'll run away.
Right.
But he'll eventually, like, nut up or shut up. This kid is just absolutely just, I can't do anything.
It's hard to believe.
I'll try, but I can't.
It's hard to believe he even survived.
Right, but that's the thing. He did.
Yeah, that's true.
He survived his training. He survived the fucking the test. He's got skill, as we saw in the the most recent episode.
Mm-hmm. Might as well call him the Yellow Flash at this point.
Right. Or no, I didn't see yesterday's episode. I don't think. Yep, episode before, as we saw.
So 12 then.
Yes. He's got some skill. It only comes out when he's unconscious. I mean, it was just kind of lame.
It's that's his Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah. Well, he can also hear very well.
You know what? Now that I think about it, if all of them are palling around with each other, and I can only assume from what the trend's going, they probably all have one specific like sense out of the 5 senses that they excel in, and they squad up together. They're probably like the 5 sense squad or something. Like they all specialize in one specific sense.
Well, okay, let's theorycraft here. So our boy Tanjiro has smell.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow Kid has hearing.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what the boar guy has, but it has to either be sight or like I don't
Mm.
know if feeling would
Maybe
be
well,
useful
touch,
particularly.
touch. Well, maybe even like
Maybe you can feel like the
vibrations.
vibrations in the ground,
Yeah, so you can like
or maybe
pinpoint location.
either he has that or the girl has that. So then
Yeah,
what would
angry dude.
well no because so smell, sound, sight. Someone has to be able to see like a motherfucker, and
Mm-hmm.
then the touch. So vibrations. We're assuming.
Right.
And from what it looks like, I'm gonna say that the boar guy
We also have taste.
is
We have
vibration. Huh?
we also have taste, don't we? Isn't that also one of the senses?
Yeah, but like like all right,
Maybe
wait a minute.
boar
I
guys.
taste
Maybe
your air.
maybe the boar is taste. Let's be honest. It's because of how weird he
Fair.
is. You know,
Yeah.
he's one of those like, I can taste your weakness and fucking cut you up and shit.
Also, how do you feel about all their special attacks being something breathing?
I mean, it's
Like I was fine with
different.
the water breathing. It
Right.
breathing. It was like, all right, I get it. It's a special technique.
Right.
And then yellow guy was like lightning breathing. I'm like, okay. And then he was like self-taught beast breathing. Like, okay. I don't know. I don't know if this is
Uh,
legit anymore.
I mean, maybe it's a call to the like actual like swordsman training, like kind of like how it's a bit of a tangent. It's kind of like how snipers are trained. Snipers are trained to breathe a certain way when making a shot. Maybe there's a way. Maybe there's something in swordsmanship, especially in like the samurai or even in like today's standard of like using the katanas. The way you breathe is a way for your techniques to flourish on that bullshit. I don't know. Maybe it's a
Yes.
call to that, like actual like swordsmanship training. I kind of want to Google this right now.
I can imagine that. I can imagine that. Fair enough. I'll take it.
That's the only way it makes any kind of sense. At least
But if the
my.
girl comes out with like the flower breathing, I'm like, all right, we need to chill out.
I mean, maybe they're the breathing squad. That's probably it.
The breath, the heavy breathers.
Exact. The mouth breathers. That's what. The mouth breathers. That'll be them.
Yeah, the mouth breathers. Just you're a demon. He's like, oh yeah, I'm working for Michael Jackson. I'm the best demon in the world, and you hear, oh no, the mouth breathers are upon me. he just fucking sucking air down the fucking hallway, like, no, please.
Michael Jackson saved me. Tee and then there's this fucking
God.
thing.
It's a good show, but it's a little goofy in some places. But that's okay.
Now look.
That's
I mean,
okay.
looking it up, breathing is a big thing, especially apparently in
Yeah.
even striking, because they hold their. Because what is it? Well, no, it's not even just sword fighting. Even like in boxing and shit. You know how people like, like breathe as they punch, like. So it's
Mhm.
all technique, which makes sense. Nothing too special. They just happen to have their own versions of it in tandem with their fighting style, like water, lightning, a boar, maybe flower,
Mhm.
but so that's probably just that's their uh, training gimmick, or no, their fighting gimmick, I guess you'd say. So
Mhm.
I am perfectly fine with that. But yeah, overall, Demon Slayer, fucking watch it, guys. I mean, even in my what to watch spring 2019 video, that was one of the big ones I wanted to recommend to you guys.
Mhm.
So fucking watch it. You got nothing else to do, breathe with Tanjiro.
Right. It's got to win something come
Oh no, definitely.
the anime awards. It's got to win
At,
something.
at least animation, because whenever Tanjiro does his fucking water, it's like a fucking work of
Oh,
art.
it's so pretty.
Like what's that one called? Like that famous Japanese like wave painting. That's what it
Oh
reminds
yeah,
me of
yeah,
every
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me every fucking time. Like this dude is killing you with works of art.
It's fucking awesome.
But that's as far as everything goes. That's what I've watched. I've only watched I've watched and quote unquote completed 3. um, Hitori Bochi, Shield Hero, and caught up with Demon Slayer.
Uh-huh.
How about you, John? Did you
Personally,
Was there anything else
what?
that you watched that I did not watch? You want to talk about?
Um, yes. So Isekai Quartet. I've been watching that. I still got to watch the last episode, which is out now.
But
It's the anime where it's a little chibi crossover between Konosuba, Overlord,
ReZero
ReZero, and
and
the Tanya the Evil.
yeah, there you go.
And it's all their personalities kind of I won't even say turned up to 10. It's like it's just literally them interacting with each other, and it's the weirdest shit, but it's way more enjoyable like when you first watch it, you're like, all right, this I get it. Like
Mm-hmm.
by the end of it, you're like, huh, this filled something that I needed to see.
I may
Like
have to watch it now.
when was the last so here's the thing though, here's the thing.
Right,
So certain animes used to at least do like little cameos in each other.
right.
You remember back in the day?
Like studio cameos, like
Yeah,
studios kind
like
of
studio cameos.
like plugging in their own like older works and shit.
That or like Easter eggs or something like that.
Right.
Uh, it's been maybe like fucking 8 years since I've seen an anime that's done that.
Really.
Or maybe there's been a more recent ones where like characters are cosplaying and you see them cosplaying other characters, but that doesn't really
Uh,
count. But I mean
only.
like literally the characters in that show for somehow they just
Oh,
walk
okay.
by.
I see. I see. You know, like literal like Easter eggs of like the characters from a different series that the studio has
Yeah.
done plugged into the anime.
Like that has nothing to do with like the story. Like for example, Eromanga Sensei had the characters from
Yeah, Orimo.
Orimo in it, but like
Yeah.
that was more intentional. I mean, like literal, they walk past and that's it.
Okay.
Like I haven't
Really?
had
Okay.
that good. This tickles that feeling where it's like the whole thing is just fan service,
But it's not
and not
bad.
like titty fan service, but like literal. Hey, you guys are fans of these shows. Here they all together, and
Right.
it's great.
It's like the ultimate fanfic.
Right? Yeah, it's literally an ultimate fanfic. They're just all. What if all these characters were in high school together?
Those are always so fun to like just think about.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, now you mean I probably have to watch it now since the way you put it that way.
You really
'Cause-
should. It's like it's honestly just a good, fun, refreshing watch just to see all these characters that you know, how would they interact with how would
mm,
Kazuma coming from his world where succubi like you know sold dream escapades for money. How
mm-hmm.
does he react to Alabetta after finding out that she's a succubus? How does Tanya deal with these godlike beings and she hates God and shit like that?
No, you're right. I definitely should give it a watch. I know because I never gave a lot of the chibi like these chibi type of series any thought. Then again,
Right,
the I've because there hasn't been any kind of like how do you say quote unquote legit I guess chibi series like
right.
as
That's
far as
true.
as far as I know the only chibi series that I've only known have always been like the spin-off Idol Master ones or
Mm-hmm.
like the spin-off like as all the idol ones that are just uh punching for like just for filler I guess you'd say just to
Mm-hmm.
expand characters and all that good stuff. So I've never really actually like you know Isekai Quartet being one of the more I guess relevant kind of chibi series that
Oh
have come
yeah,
out in the
this
last
is
few years.
definitely. I know Overlord has a chibi series that's just more the characters in general, but like
Okay,
I think the same artist that does those did this anime.
really? Okay,
Yeah,
definitely. I definitely should probably check it out then. So
and
you
it's
convinced me,
just a lot
Jarron.
of good fun.
I'm always down for some good fun.
Good.
Anything
Let me
else?
see. What else did I watch? Oh, I started watching fucking uh uh grandson of the hero, wise man's grandchild,
Oh, also known as uh
philosopher's grandchild, magi's grandson,
I'm trying to think of the Japanese name.
Kenja
Kenja
no
no.
Mago.
There you go. Yeah. What do you
So
think of
this
that?
one's this one's pretty run of the mill. It's technically an isekai, but like not really.
I'm talking like
Like
smartphone
it's
isekai or like.
no, like isekai. Well, okay, no, it's definitely not a smartphone isekai. Fucking god, no.
Okay.
Thank Lord. It's what if? So okay, so I say it's kind of an isekai, but not really because yes, the main character died and went to this world, but he was Lord born as a baby into the world,
It's
even though he.
it still counts.
But does it though?
Tiny the Evil is the exact same way.
Yeah, no, she.
She was born
No,
into the
yeah, you're
world,
right.
and then she
You're right.
became aware of it
You're right.
when she was like a toddler or something.
You're right. Fair enough. You are right. It was the same thing with him. He retained his memories as he went. Okay, fair enough. Now, I guess in that same vein,
Mm-hmm.
the way magic works in their world, like he's able to apply like basic science to it and make it stronger, which is why he's OP as fuck. That's
Okay.
literally the only reason he's OP is because he's applying because he's not attached to what they use magic as. It's literally just him imagining himself doing it and like this is how physics generally works and now it does this, now it does this. So he can
Okay.
create basically a hydrogen bomb with
Because
magic because
he's a
he has a basic understanding of how it works.
Jesus Christ. I mean, that'd be the most effective way to using magic, I guess, using your own using the otherworldly knowledge, I guess you'd say.
Right. So again, that's why he's OP. And then it goes along with, I guess the standard he's, OP main character.
Right.
And that's the standard part of it. I don't know, it feels a little different. Like it's the cliches of all cliches, but it's breaking cliches by being so cliche, which is weird.
So is it good in a sense?
I'm enjoying it.
Okay. Huh.
It feels
Because
slightly different than most in the same category, but
we
it
there
feels good.
wasn't that was actually recommended to us.
Hmm.
You know that
What?
on the on the video that I posted on the WBA TV page, the what to watch for Spring 2019, we had a commenter
Uh-huh.
that actually said Kenjo no Majo is one of his favorites this season. I don't know if it was sarcasm, but he commented that, and I was actually
Oh,
kind of
okay.
curious about it.
Well, here's to you, dude, or girl, or whatever whatever. Happy Pride Month. Um. Yeah. No. It's definitely a fun watch. If you don't like OP main characters, it's probably not going to be for you.
Hmm.
Um.
But in this case, it's
There's an
more of a
actual love
logical.
story.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The main character actually fucking. I mean, I don't want to spoil who. But I
Right.
guess you can figure that out in the very first or second episode.
Mm-hmm.
But like he actually gets in a relationship and develops it.
Oh,
And
seriously?
one of the things that it's not a harem. Like I somewhere I saw it was a harem or something, a harem, but it's literally not. It's just there's the one girl that he likes and no one else. Like people, you know, he's the famous son of this all powerful wizard or whatever. So people are pining after him, but it's not like the people in his class are. For example, the girl he fallen in love with his best friend is literally homegirl. She's like, I'm just gonna try to help you guys get together. Why don't any men like him fall in love with me? Not him specifically because he's a piece of shit, but anybody
Right.
else. She's just straight up homegirl. I love her.
Okay. So, would you say that this is like a wholesome isekai series then? From what it
No, it's
seems
not
like.
wholesome. It's
Oh,
definitely
it's
not.
not. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a few dark things.
Oh, well, in terms of like bad or dark in terms of like story progression.
Story progression.
Oh, okay.
And I heard some stuff happens later on. I don't know if people were bullshitting me in the comments. Something about
Mm.
his lover being fat bastard, and I don't like that.
Ooh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I don't.
Even we,
But this is
yeah,
like later on in the manga
yeah.
or light novel, whichever.
Which one to read? Oh man, because it is a popular manga as well. From what I looked
Yeah.
into when I looked into it. Oh
So I
no,
don't.
I don't. It would make for the way it's set up from what you told me. It makes sense where how if that was an actual result, which could be really
Right.
bad. That would be a terrible experience to go through.
And the reason why I can figure it would happen is because there's this whole thing where if like you lose your sensibilities or get so angry, like your magic can overtake you and you become a demon,
Really?
essentially. You just
Okay.
become a font of chaotic magical energy.
Oh
but that's
God.
only after like heavy trauma. For example, the main characters or the quote unquote main villain. I
Mm-hmm.
guess slight spoiler alert for his backstory. His wife, his pregnant wife, was killed by the villagers he swore to protect because, like, his villagers were fooled by all the people that wanted to get rid of him. So by
Mm.
the time he came back and saw his mansion burning and his wife, his pregnant wife's fucking killed, he fucking essentially blew up and became evil.
Damn.
So I'm assuming that's to test our main character, but I don't know if it actually happens and they weren't just bullshitting us. I'm hoping they were
Um.
bullshitting me because I don't want to see that. That girl
um.
is fucking precious.
This is some layered shit for an isekai series.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, I'm gonna have to. I feel like I'm gonna have to watch this now.
Yeah.
Like, even if I have to prepare myself to get fucking ugly bastard.
I just hope it doesn't happen. I don't think it's gonna happen in the anime, but it's probably
No.
gonna happen in the manga.
Oh my gosh. Well, that sounds pleasant. That's definitely something. That's definitely something like a good watch.
Yeah, it's good. It feels a little different. It's not, but it's still pretty cliche.
But it's not like standard isekai cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a I do find it a good time. Let's see what other one. We talked about Bochi. Didn't watch. Oh, We Never Learn.
Mm.
That one's racking up to be real fucking good.
Oh yeah.
Like
By the way, season 2 confirmed for that as well.
Yeah, I saw in October, right?
Yeah, it's really quick too. I mean, granted they do have a lot. They have a lot of material to work with because the manga's already been going on for a bit.
Right.
Actually, no. If I remember correctly, I think the manga's gonna be done in the next few chapters. So,
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
if that's a manga I'm remembering, that one should be done in the next few chapters. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, plenty of material to work with.
Yeah. Well, this one.
What do
I
you
mean,
think?
as far as haremes go,
Right.
this one, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. This one's touching me in good ways because like I'm voting for the girl that I never thought I'd be voting for to end up with the
Uh,
main character.
I can probably guess who it is.
Well, we already talked about who it was.
Oh.
The
Oh,
swimmer.
okay. Okay, I thought it was a different character.
No,
Okay. I thought you had the teacher as like your as a switch like most other people apparently have
well,
had.
okay. Look, I like her in terms of just my personal preferences, but the swimmer girl, she's just so fucking cute. Oh my god, she's so bashful. She tries so hard. And it's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Even though she's kind of dumb, but she's fun. She's nice. I like her. I
Classic
like her a lot.
Sundere, right?
No, she's not Sundere.
It should,
No,
well,
what Sundere? She's like she's pretty much all dare. Is just she doesn't.
she doesn't show the dairy part of it. That's what it is.
Well,
To
she
him.
does show the dairy part. She just doesn't know how to, or I guess at this point, want to express it fully.
Oh yeah, I guess you say so.
So it's not really Sundere. She doesn't like. She's not mean to him ever. She's just trying to, trying. She's just a bashful girl trying to. She's a she's a outgoing girl that doesn't know how to deal with
Love.
her being in love.
Ah, that's better.
So
Yeah,
she's being all bashful about it, and it's adorable.
I approve.
100%. But now everybody else is starting to fall in love with the main character,
Mm-hmm.
and that's fine. It's a harem. I expect it. But like, it's like childhood friend 100%. That's the ride I'm on right now. Okay, childhood friend. They knew each other a grade before,
Well, no, it wasn't just a grade. It
or
was middle
since
school.
middle school. Since middle school,
Yeah,
sure.
since middle school.
Well, like,
So,
yeah, I guess.
school best friend,
Yeah,
school friend.
school friend. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm thoroughly enjoying that. Fairy Gone. I wanted to talk more about this, but since I've only watched 3 episodes, I'll just say this: great, amazing concept, great concept art, great everything surrounding it. Once you're reading about it, awful execution.
Mm.
Fucking most disappointing thing of this season. Makes me want to die.
Yeah, unfortunately, PA Works had a good idea because this is original. This is original series, isn't it? If I remember
Right.
correctly,
Yeah.
they had a good idea going, but direction was not there.
Mm-mm.
Like, hmm.
Like it's just it's literally one of those things where it's like this is brilliant on paper, and then you gave it to fucking the B team, and they fucked it up.
Yeah, pretty much. And I mean, it did have potential. It looked red brilliantly. So, uh,
But what can you say? You always have certain shows like that.
true. I mean, we may be wrong. Maybe there's probably some people out there that actually enjoys it.
Oh, I'm sure.
But definitely wasn't our cup of tea.
No, it's just like
Well, no, it was our cup of tea, but the tea was not for us.
right, right. Someone
So,
took a dump in the tea, and then we drank it, and it was like, yeah, this tastes like shit. I
yeah,
taste the tea, but then there's shit.
yeah. So again, not to knock anyone that does like it. It's just that it went in a different direction from what John and I were expecting from it. You
Well,
know,
not really even so much a different direction. It just
I mean, I
that
felt it was a different
direction was
direction.
awful. Like
Yeah, it was a
like
different direction, which is an awful direction.
well, not like different, but like the so I kind of expected what it was gonna be. It was gonna be like this whole she whatever it's gonna be, whatever the main story is, it's fine. It's just everything surrounding what should be happening was just bad. The camera work's bad, quote unquote camera work's bad, cinematography's bad, CG's whatever. At this point we can't expect too many shows to have good CG.
Right.
I mean, I guess we should expect them to have good CG. It's not the worst CG I've seen, is what I should say. So that's fine. Some of the fights are kind of cool. Some of the powers are kind of cool. But like, you just didn't care what was going on. You just didn't give a damn. They explained stuff so sparsely, and then all at the same time explain things so much that you're just like, I don't know what's going on. I'm not getting the information that I want to hear. You're telling me about all this other bullshit. Like I just don't give a shit. I'm sorry that our main villain had his fucking people die, his family die in a war, and now he's butthurt about it. Like I get it, but like I don't care. I don't
So
know.
I mean,
There's a lot of stuff that could have been done better.
you think it would have been done better if they flesh it out thing if they flesh things out a little bit more evenly, I guess you'd say.
Oh yeah. So the whole thing with the fairies is, I mean, maybe they've explained it by now more so, but like we got the most bare bones explanation. Like they're primordial beings, and when we put their organs inside of you, you can summon weird shit. Like the fairies themselves are these weird floating things, but otherwise you got some weird shit going on. You got a werewolf, you got the Grim Reaper, whatever you got going on. That's what you can summon now. I'm not gonna explain how, it just does. And
Right.
then now the main character didn't get an implant. She just touched a fairy, and now she can summon Titania. Like, all right, cool. Like again, maybe they probably get more into that later, but like I want to be interested in the world from the get go.
Right.
I mean, yes, you have to build upon it, but like it's just certain bits of information should have been at least teased instead of just laid flat.
Yeah. I guess that'd be a good way of putting it.
Mm. I don't know. But the majority of the anime this season were good. Speaking of, Carol and Tuesday, straight fucking banger. Oh my god, it's so damn good. I am 100% into this show.
How are you watching without
No, I'm
Netflix?
not. I'm not watching it. If theoretically I was watching it day by day in Japan, it would be really good because the music's great. Though the way they try to put a new spin on musical anime and drama is pretty good. And I definitely wouldn't know that the most recent episode, if not the one that came out in the last few days or the one that came out last week, Carol's getting taken back to her mother or her family's house by force. I wouldn't know that because I watched it. I would know that because I read that somewhere. And I don't mean read by subtitles, I mean read by somebody's blog. I am waiting for it to be released legally in the U.S.
Please support your creators and all your studios that have provided legal licenses for your animes, so that we can also support each other as well as be able to watch everything provided for us from these legal distributors in the future and long down the line as well. Thank you very
Yep.
much for this PSA.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
But I can agree with you. Just from the promotional videos that I have seen from Carol Tuesday, it looks really good. The music, from what I've heard so far, just from people uploading, the openings and whatnot, it's definitely a banger. Definitely something I would find myself jamming to. So definitely a good watch for you Japanese folk out there that have a Netflix account. Please continue to watch it. And for those of you waiting for it to be on Netflix, do not worry. It will be here soon. And soon, I'm me saying probably in fall. Since this is a 2-core series as well, if I remember correctly, like 20-some episodes.
Yeah, it is 24.
So look out for your Netflix account come fall. And hopefully you guys can just binge it all right then and there.
And yeah, if you do binge it, then you'll get to see that in the American Idol part of the show. You get to hear a bunch of really interesting music from mixing different genres. For example, one character did mixed rap and opera. He rapped in Latin, and that was amazing.
Is that what you read?
And then certain characters, huh?
Is that what you read from this blog of yours?
Yeah, I heard it sounded great, and then I went and looked it up on YouTube, and it does sound great. But yeah, it's again from what I read, disclaimer, the way they're kind of, I guess, not necessarily reinventing the whole I want to go out and become a music star by putting out my grit. It's not necessarily redefining that genre, it's refining it. Like I said with the shonen stuff with Demon Slayer, it's refining it to show that it can fit in almost any age, because we've had hundreds and thousands of kind of TV shows and movies that do the very same thing in specifically anime. So like if you look back, Nana, K-On!, stuff like that. But like it just feels a bit more, I don't want to even say innocent. It just feels a bit more, it's reigniting that passion that you might have first felt when you saw one of those kind of shows. So that way you can really appreciate the story that Carol and Tuesday are going through. Again, allegedly, that I read. Also, all the music straight fucking banger. As soon as the OTST for this show comes out, I'm buying it.
The OST
it's
is
so
actually
fucking good.
The OST is already available on Pandora for free.
Nani?
Yes.
I guess I'm gonna download Pandora.
I was curious about it because we have like a Pandora little music station at work, and I was like looking shit up. I was like, I wonder. I put in Carol and Tuesday. They already had a bunch of the songs already listed on there. And that was like a month ago. So I don't know how much more they put on there, but it's definitely on Pandora now. A lot of the OST.
There you go. You can legally listen to them on Pandora.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Catch these straight bangers on Pandora.com, which are not sponsored. But hey, Pandora, want to talk about partnerships?
Pandora, yeah.
You got podcasts. We're a podcast.
I'm not watching. Yeah, we're doing good out here.
Yeah,
doing our best.
You got podcasts. We're a podcast. Let's work a little something, and maybe we can be degenerates together.
Right.
All right, but
exactly.
Other than that, was there anything else, John, you want to wrap up with? Any anime that you want to wrap up with the season?
Watch the Kappa anime. What is it? Sarah Zanmai. Watch that. I haven't finished. I haven't gotten past episode 3 yet.
You mean ass eating the anime?
Ass eating the anime. That's what. Yep. You need to watch it.
That first episode traumatized me, Jarron.
Good.
It
It's definitely the weirdest show I've seen in a long time.
That's the most artistic way I've seen anyone eat ass.
um, let's see. What else? What else? What else? Joshi Kause, the one where it's just no, there's no dialogue. It's just girls
Oh, the
doing shit.
girls doing and making things with their making sounds with their thighs and shit and anything else.
Yes, it's a very interesting. It's a very interesting watch. It's a different experience.
Oh, there's one series I do want to recommend to all of you, just from a different recommendation from another AnyTuber.
Uh huh.
Uh, Mizuru Tights. I think that's what it's called.
Oh fuck yeah yeah.
I, from what I hear, it's one of the most beautifully animated series from spring 2019. I haven't watched anything yet, but I can probably contest to that. So,
Mm-hmm.
if you're into that,
If you're into Titan, we know you are.
there's an anime
Make
just
sure
for
you.
you that's out there.
Yeah,
Beautifully
that's fucking
animated.
right.
Like we're talking about Violet Evergarden levels of animation here, I guess, from what I've been hearing. So yeah, I mean I don't judge. Maybe Jarron does, but I don't judge.
A little bit.
Okay, well that's how we are. But definitely something out there for you, enthusiasts out there to watch. I
Mm.
guess you'd say.
Wait,
um,
Jomel, don't you want to talk about Frame Orange Girls?
that came out like some seasons, other seasons ago.
I know it's out now, isn't it?
Frame Arms Girl.
Oh, never
That's
mind. The movie's out. The movie's coming out. Never mind.
Yeah,
I thought.
that's a
Never mind.
movie.
Never mind.
That's a movie. Although I think there's another season coming out to that sometime. I don't know.
Ain't no mind to me.
But we've been going on for a little bit, guys. Next week we'll be talking about the summer season. It's been a while. I feel for some reason spring did kind of drag a little bit, but not in an anime sense, but more so just weather sense. I feel like July came by really slow for some
Yeah,
godforsaken
it did.
reason.
But look, that's all you can really ask for in your adult life.
Yeah, consistency.
Not consistency. Shit to take forever.
Ah, yeah, you're
Because
right.
the longer it takes before I'm old and can't do shit, the better.
No, yeah, you're fucking right. But thanks for listening. Thank you for downloading us, guys. We are still making our way to that 2K total download mark. Almost there. We're like less than 200 downloads away. Tell your friends, tell your grandma, tell everyone you know to download us so we can get that 2K mark, and we shall embarrass ourselves even more with the celebration video or videos, depending on what happens.
Yeah.
Bit of another announcement here. When this podcast comes out, it'll be Monday, July 1st. This coming weekend, July 5th through the 7th, is Anime Midwest. If you guys are gonna be going to Anime Midwest, catch me over there on Saturday, day 2 of Anime Midwest, in my Shield Hero cosplay. Just taking film, taking some shots, filming pictures. I'm there to have a good time. I went to Anime Midwest last year. That was my first time ever going. Found it enjoyable, fun. We probably want to go 3 days one year, but I always been sticking to one day, just for the experience and whatnot. And if you want to be part of the costume music video I am putting together for Anime Midwest, please do stop by and show me what you got. Show off your cosplay, and I will definitely be able to put you guys in those videos. And also, I would also be able to shout you guys out on the podcast. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to shout out everyone in the last CMV. I learned my lesson now. After I take the shot, I should ask them for. I'm gonna ask you guys for your socials so that I can properly credit you guys, because again, the Asian one was great. All the people that were involved in that CMV, you guys did amazing. If only I could credit you guys even more so than I could have. But thank you to those who did reach out to me for credits to your socials. I'm definitely gonna be doing the same for Anime Midwest. Catch me out there, and I probably might. I also might probably be running into TJ and them with the Bad Anime Group they're on.
Oh yeah.
So I know they're doing I think they're doing
They're doing another
Hentai Hell.
panel, aren't they?
They're doing Hentai Hell actually on Saturday. That Saturday night. So I'll probably catch that one before I'm probably not gonna leave until like 2 fucking a.m.
Yep.
Jeez, but it's okay. It's all for you guys out there, and also for the community.
Anything to enhance your degeneracy.
Enhance, but not only that, but also to improve, Jarron. We are getting better day by day, and it'll be a point where God can finally welcome us to His kingdom.
I think it's more like Satan and we're welcoming.
I mean, I don't think Satan has the balls to entertain us, Jarron.
You know what? Fair enough.
You know, Satan's a little bit more down to earth, realistic shit. But we've been going on for guys a little bit now. Thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading us. And as always, my name is Jomel Socorro.
My name's Jarron Geddes.
And we are the Wannabe Boo Podcast, bringing the latest and greatest game and anime news, reviews, and waifus for life.
Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll talk to you next time. Matane!